It's really kind of sad that we run away from the beautiful villages to go to the city. But I understand, money is a real commodity and currency, and it's been proven that many of the people that live in the villages do not have an ability to develop the villages. And most of the people with the ability to develop the villages leave for the cities and never come back to develop the space until someone, sometimes foreigners, sometimes people not from the village, find gold, diamonds, or some other commodity here. Again, please look at this view. I know it probably doesn't translate as well on camera, but it's absolutely stunning. A lot of people are congratulating and welcoming the arrest of Thabo Bester and Dr. Nandipha Makutumana. They were arrested in Arusha, in Tanzania. Apparently, they were on their way to Kenya, I think about 10 kilometers from the Kenyan border, and they were arrested alongside a Mozambican person who was actually assisting them with what they were doing. They were also found with a lot of passports, which were not stamped. Story as it goes is that a private security company and Fidelity ADT, with the assistance of ordinary people, managed to identify and track them until they found them. The CEO of Fidelity actually put up a 100,000 Rand reward for anyone who could assist. And he was saying so many people were calling in and assisting, and they didn't even care about the reward. They just wanted to see that these people were caught and justice was served. If you look at what's happened with the Guptas recently and the fact that Ronald Lamula, the Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, only found out now in April that in February already, the UAE in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates authorities, the Emiratis, had rejected the appeal or the request to extradite Ajesh and Atul Gupta to South Africa. Made a video about that. You can go check it out. South Africans are currently not trusting of the South African police services. They're not trusting of Bheki Cele, who's the Minister of Police. They're not trusting of Home Affairs. They're not trusting of Border Control and Immigration. The story is that these guys traveled through Zimbabwe on their way to Tanzania, of which we've already said, or we know now that the borders are almost non-existent between South Africa and Zimbabwe and certain other countries in our neighbors as well. So you have to ask who helped these people escape. Secondly, the passports that were not stamped, where did they get them from? Because those are issued by Home Affairs. Are there people at Home Affairs that are involved? What does the Minister of Home Affairs, Aaron Motsoaledi, have to say? A lot of people, because of the Gupta story now, because of what's happened with AKA Tibbs, Senzo Meiwa, are not hopeful that Thabo Bester and Dr. Nandipha are even going to be brought to South Africa in the first place. Delegation is going to be sent in a few days. Are they going to be brought back? Is it really them? And then after they get arrested, Thabo Bester was arrested. He managed to escape. What's going to stop them from escaping again? And maybe doing it in a better way now and ensuring that the alleged senior politicians and senior correctional services officials do a better job. We still don't know who those politicians are. We still don't know who those senior officials at correctional services are. And even now at GS4, I think the security company that was looking after the prison in Mangaung in the Free State, we don't know really how far and how deep this thing goes, and if it was just about Thabo Bester, or if so many other prisoners have been allowed to escape and been assisted by these people, maybe with money and bribes. It comes out that the practice that Dr. Nandipha had in Hyde Park was being bankrolled by some investors, and they're trying to investigate now to figure out who are those investors and were they complicit in some of the crimes that Dr. Nandipha and Thabo Bester were involved in. With that being said, of course, we just welcome the arrest. We welcome the fact that they've been caught, and maybe it will give some hope or faith, even though it wasn't the police per se, it was private security and Fidelity, and it was the assistance again of ordinary people. If you think now there was someone who last year posted a picture from Woolworths of Dr. Nandipha and Thabo Bester, that person's a national hero today. We don't know who that person is. But you can imagine if that person never posted that picture, to this day, we may not really know that Thabo Bester was out. And this entire scandal that we've seen now with the prisons, correctional services, GS4, and everyone else who has been involved, we would not know about it. And we're still shook to this day about what happened. I guess we'll remain glued to what happens to the story. Will it finally vindicate the police in this country and say, look, actually, maybe we can trust them again? Or will it be another case where we're like, actually, you guys didn't do anything? And actually, we don't even trust that you guys will be able to handle this matter again properly. We obviously wait with bated breath to see what Ronald Lamula, the Minister of Justice, is going to do regarding the Gupta situation in the UAE. We don't know. But again, thank you to everyone who was involved in the capturing of Thabo and Dr. Nandipha. And yeah, let's stay clued to see what happens. Paying you all the black pen. Just want to send a shout out to Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate, who were released in Romania. To this day, they still have no real charges for why they were arrested, which goes to show you that other countries also have really bogus legal systems. I think they're currently under house arrest, and we'll see if anything happens from there. Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan, highly celebrated by many men out there in the world as a voice for men who have been downtrodden, a voice for men who have lost their way, and for conservative men as well. Pay you all the black pen. Have a great day. Cheers.